You know, as someone that has stayed up till 1 a.m. and woken up at noon for most of my young adult life, I've always completely underestimated just how important actually focusing on getting good sleep is for my life. It was only until I really did this camping trip recently where I had this big realization. You know, I was waking up at sunrise naturally without any alarm, and I was waking up feeling so clear in my head, even though I was sleeping on a mattress that was literally the thickness of a toothpick. So I had this realization because I was talking to my mate. I was talking to my best friend and we were like, why are we getting better sleep out in the wilderness and out in the wild than we were, you know, in the comforts of our own home? And I had this realization that I'd been going about optimizing sleep wrong for literally my entire life. And in this video, I will give you the specific takeaways that I got from this particular camping trip that you can use. That's going to be no bullshit. It's actually going to be achievable for you to use sleep to your advantage to completely change your life. So watch this video. I think you'll find this really interesting. There is a study from 2010 from the Journal of Neuroscience that stated when you miss out on sleep, your brain releases more dopamine to help you stay awake and alert. So if you really think about it, the more sleep that you get, the more available dopamine that you have in your day. And the less sleep you get, the more your brain is trying to create dopamine to keep you literally like doing the things you need to do. So it's like, why is 99% of the population cocking themselves just like I was and not getting enough sleep? You could literally have this superpower of bioavailable dopamine that you can use in your day, and most people aren't taking advantage of this. So I'm hoping that by you watching this video, you can actually experience the benefits that I've taken back from this particular camping trip into my life, and now I'm waking up with the sunrise every morning without effort, without an alarm. I'm waking up feeling super clear, super confident, so much clarity and so much purpose. Literally, I believe just from focusing on getting good sleep. And so my first point is the ancestral routine. Now, if you think about our ancestors, our cavemen ancestors, they didn't have any natural light source, at least from what we have been told. They could have some advanced technology, but from what we know, they didn't have any light source. And on this particular camping trip, me and my friend, we were kicking ourselves because we forgot to bring a light. It's like the most basic thing. It's just a light so you can see at night. And so we had to resort back to what our cavemen ancestors did, which was cooking our steaks before sunset. And then literally after we did that, there's no light, only from the campfire. So what are we gonna do? We just got bored, and so we said, let's just go to sleep. And we were literally going to sleep like pretty much as soon as the sun set. And it's so simple. I would literally wake up with such clarity, and I'd feel like I'd get a hit of dopamine in the morning just from this particular ancestral routine. It's not even a routine, it's just living in accordance to nature. But it's ancestral in nature because no one's doing it today. Literally no one goes to sleep as soon as the sun sets. And most of the time people have dinner at around 8 or 9 p.m., which keeps them digesting food as they actually go to sleep, which is a big part of the first point I'm gonna make is eat your food before sunset. And the second point is stay away from artificial light after sunset. It's really simple. I told you this would be really simple, but hear me out. I'm gonna give you the exact tools that you can actually do to make this work for you. Don't focus on anything other than just winding down and getting your brain literally to this like level where you just feel almost sort of sleepy before you even get into bed. That is the whole goal. There are two ways to do this as well. One of those ways is getting a pair of blue light blocking glasses. Now, this is literally a non-negotiable if you're an entrepreneur or if you do work at night. Sometimes I sit down and I do some work at night, and these little, these construction goggles, they go on. They're full spectrum. They block out all the blue light. And I just noticed that I'm feeling just really, really calm. I'm like, damn, I'm feeling really sleepy now. It's only like 7:30 at night. And so that's the first point. The second point is literally getting your phone and putting it onto like a color filter, like making it fully red. I'm not talking about Apple's nighttime mode. Like that's not good enough. You're still gonna get that artificial blue light that's gonna wake you up. So yeah, put the red filter on on your phone. I'll put a little thing on how to do that now. Basically, the ancestral routine is just keeping your mind and your body away from things that are going to keep you awake. Like 99% of your competition that stays up late watching a shitty anime on Netflix and eats a seed oil filled dinner at like 10 p.m. and is digesting food all through the night, and then they're gonna wake up all groggy and feel like shit. You will literally blow past your competition if you can just nail these two things. It's literally the thing that is, you could probably stop watching this video, but I believe keep watching because you will find this valuable. My second point is your sleeping room is sacred, so you should treat it as such. There's something that happens in your brain when you associate specific rooms with specific intentions. This is called context-dependent memory. But the thing is, most people aren't actually aware of maximizing this principle within their own lives. And so my next point is making your sleeping room, your bedroom, as sacred as you possibly can, so that your brain literally automatically goes into theta brainwave state as you walk into the room to go to bed at night. Your brain, you want to associate your brain, everything in your brain with sleep. This is huge. The things that I have added into my particular sleeping space, I don't really like to call it a bedroom. I like to call it a sleeping sanctuary. The things that I've added is red LED lights in the entire room. I only have red LED lights in my room. I have my bed facing to the south, which means that in Chinese terms, I'm getting better sleep, I'm getting deeper sleep because of my head facing this direction. I live in the southern hemisphere, so if you live in the northern hemisphere, face your head, I'm pretty sure, to the north, but you'll have to check on that one. I focus on feng shui and keeping the room completely clean at all times. You don't want to get into bed and have your brain completely like thinking, oh, there's clothes on the floor that you need to pick up. You need to make sure that your bedroom stays super clean so that you can get into bed and actually sleep deeply. Use cotton and wool pillow covers for your bed and regularly clean your sheets. If you can do every single one of these or hit on most of these, then you will notice a difference. I literally promise you. You can come back to this video and dislike it if you disagree and if it doesn't work for you. I literally cringe every single time at night when I see some guy's set up and he has his bed, or he's like watching a movie in bed. If this is you, seek therapy. No, I'm joking. But if this is you, stop watching movies in bed. Stop doing anything other than sleeping in bed. You will notice a difference. The third point is some supplements to take. The supplements that I use to maximize my sleep. I'm not going to bombard you with like ads or anything like that because it's actually really simple. There's pretty much only 3 things that you need to take in order to really get a good sleep and really get a deep REM sleep cycle. Those 3 things are magnesium glycinate. This is huge. Magnesium glycinate is a super bioavailable form of magnesium that naturally relaxes your muscles and has added glycine amino acids, which also assists in getting a deeper REM cycle. The second one is L-Theanine. L-Theanine is an amazing amino acid, and it's really good for people with like ADD, or really good for people who are creatives. I found that if you take a little bit of spoonful of L-Theanine, man, it just relaxes me so much. And the third one is organic chamomile tea, which again, just calms you down. If you can hit all these 3 things in order, holy moly, you will be ready to get absolutely knocked out once you hit that pillow. The fourth point is avoid any triggering content or any media that is gonna emotionally make you feel something. And also brain dump your thoughts. So it's kind of 2 here. I really want to emphasize this last point. Every time that you step into bed and you're emotionally taking something into that sleeping sanctuary, anytime you're watching any triggering news or media, you're emotionally taking that on because your brain is going from alpha, beta, from these active brainwave states all the way down into theta, which is a more relaxed and a more subconscious brainwave state. So imagine what you do when you watch like a live leak video at night. Imagine what happens. I literally used to do this. I used to watch like violent movies or horror movies. I don't watch any movies anymore purely for this reason. I don't like them influencing me emotionally. I like to have sovereignty over my own emotions, and call me boring, but that's just me. So if you're taking anything from the day that has emotionally triggered you, stressed you out, or made you feel some sort of way that you don't want to feel, and you're taking that into your bed, that is directly reprogramming your mind to feel this emotion more. You will literally wake up and unconsciously your self-image has changed because you're emotionally feeling this thing that hasn't been resolved from that day. And you're just cocking yourself. You're not allowing yourself to really close the day. And I do this with all my clients that I personally coach. I do a thing called closing the day, and it's literally really simple. All you gotta do is get a journal and brain dump all of the emotions that you feel in your body. Like, feel into your body, feel the emotions that maybe a bit of stress from finances, maybe you're feeling a little bit like lonely. Literally feel into your body and brain dump the thoughts that are associated with these emotions onto the journal so that the day is actually closed. This is so powerful. You do not want to be taking any feeling like sadness, grief, like apathy, fear into your sleep, because you're directly reprogramming your mind. I think there's a lot of verses in the Bible and a lot of, like, the Quran and a lot of these religious texts that even say, make sure that you release the day and make sure that you pray before you go to bed so you're in high spirits as you go into slumber. You know, when I'm asleep, I sort of pray. I do a little bit of a prayer. I do a little bit of a relaxation. I ask God, whatever that looks like, the universe, to help me into sleep and to guide me and to protect me. And if you're not religious, then take it from me. I'm not religious. You don't lose anything from doing this. There are a few other things that you can do generally for sleep, but I've pretty much hit on all of them. One of those things is nasal breathing and keeping your mouth closed. You can go into Amazon and get like a mouth tape, and there is a company that I'll link in the description where you can get nasal strips, which really help you just get a deeper sleep. Then you actually get proper oxygen as you're sleeping. And that's pretty much it. If you want a list of all the things that I mentioned in this video, go down to the first link in the description, and I'll see you on the next one. Hit subscribe. Catch you later, bro.